The following is an actual play D&D podcast featuring comedians and improvisers in the great state of Vermont. Welcome to Improvised Weapons. Last time on Improvised Weapons.
My name is Sam. I am the DM.
My name's Aaron.
I am Fred.
I'm John.
I am Nicole.
Formed a group called the Von Demos Adventuring Syndicate.
Where's the rest of the sheep?
That is not 4. That was like 20.
Big doe eyes. Real meaty rabbit.
Imagine Dwayne Johnson in Baghdad. It's a rock on a rock.
Panartha.
Don't fuck with my tambourine arm.
Fireball.
Ew, gross.
We'll take a quick rest here in this bloody clearing, and then we'll continue.
Once again, we had some technical difficulties while recording episodes 1 and 2, so forgive the snaps, crackles, and pops. It shouldn't be an issue next time. Now let's hit it and crit it. Cool, so you guys are, you have dispatched the wolves, you are taking a short rest.
Anybody else want some?
How long is a short rest?
Short rest is 4
Pour
hours.
some ale for the
I'll
ale.
meditate.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, so you can get your spells back.
Just remember when you're drinking it up to think of yourself and how life has affected you.
I go into
Always
a little...
do.
As you comes to us in different ways.
While you guys are drinking and doing your thing,
You can have some too.
I don't want any. I'll go into a
Lightweight.
trance. A trance.
Lightweight.
An elfin trance. And I'll start, I don't know, do my eyes roll into the back of my head or something?
Is that what you want?
I don't know. I really don't know elves as well as
Yeah.
maybe other people.
Elven dorm rooms look really creepy. It's just a bunch of
Yeah.
people, like just the whites of their eyes sitting around.
Yeah, so we'll say that you,
I have really
tankard,
long
Chinese
frizzy
tankard.
red hair, so I just kind of
I'll take
tie
a
it
little.
in a little, like,
Are you an elf, Hermione?
tie it in a little thing, like, bun, like, in front of my face, so my face is not visible. And I sit facing a bush.
I'm going to tie flowers into her hair. In a nice little garland in the front part where she's tied her hair in front of her face.
Okay.
After Olash took a sip of my ale.
I'm just sort of idly strumming my mandolin, kind of trying to...
Is that a euphemism?
In this case, no. I'm just playing some soothing tunes.
I'll join him on the tambourine.
Oh, you guys are gonna jam.
Family band going on here.
Did I get my playing cards back? Or are those still sitting in the jail?
Are the playing cards, like, worth anything?
They're a gift from my family. They're
So no.
They have pictures
family's
of,
really
you know,
cheap. They
they
got
have
No,
pages-
the guard clearly said he was taking gold, jewelry, and jewels. So
Okay, so I still have my game back.
yeah, you still have your playing cards.
While you're...
He didn't take my mink.
No, he did not take your mink still.
She has a mix.
Sable! Yeah.
Awesome.
He did not take the mink.
So
Good.
you're like in full glam rock mode traveling through this forest.
Yeah.
You're like
Her charcoal's on point, you know, just like it's everywhere.
I do like a little. I vocalize when I'm in a trance a little bit, and it fits really well with the tambourine.
but you can't sing a note when you're like
No,
in trance.
oh, it's
You're like-
beautiful when I'm in a trance.
Got it.
Give it a
Cool.
shot.
No, I'm the singer.
Yeah.
So you guys, you jam out in the
I'm
forest.
a drunken singer.
You're like a medieval polyphonic spree.
Yeah.
I'm
Prefer
trying
to be like Mukapatsa.
I'm trying to come up with a song about our battle with the wolves. It's going slow though.
They kind of have to
It's really
follow.
hard to rhyme with Yarfik.
They kind of have to follow me though because I'm not paying attention, right?
Sorry.
Like,
This is what it sounds like.
that sound exactly.
That is polyphonic spree.
Cool. So don't knock things over. You're in a trance. You shouldn't even be able to do that. So you finish up, you stow your instruments, you come out of your trance to find that there are all these flowers in your hair now.
Oh, I definitely clean the wolf blood off with my dagger and sheath it again.
Okay, yeah, I assume that that's not what happened. Also, during that, you
Yeah.
you dislodge your great axe from the tree.
No, just gonna
So you guys have all of your accoutrements back where they're supposed to be.
Take the flowers out of my hair and put them on the ground.
Okay. That was tinged with vitriol. So now you guys are ready to set out again. I will need another survival check for you guys to be able to pick the trail up
While we're doing
now
this,
that
did
the
you-
dirt has been quite disturbed.
Did you guys see me do anything while I was in my trance? Did I like take flowers or something and put them in my... I don't know what I do.
You sang
When I went
beautifully.
away.
It was wonderful. You were actually in time with our wonderful Cassian
Oh,
playing.
great. But did I like pick flowers, put it in my hair or something? I don't know how that happened.
Life works in mysterious ways.
All right.
There's lots of fairies and pixies in woods like these, so probably they just...
We're all tending to our
in your
wounds.
hair.
All right.
I love that Eowyn is a little worried that she might be like trance walking.
Rolled in that one.
16.
On survival. Oh, is everyone doing a survival check?
Yeah, you can all do a survival check.
Oh, Ashen, you offered
18.
the best last time.
16.
So you guys are able to pick the trail up again pretty easily.
Follow your leaders.
It leads, further in the direction that you were going. Very clearly, you can pick it up, looking at where the sheep's leg is still there in the middle of the clearing, and you can see where the drag marks go. There's the further telltale signs of broken branches, displaced rocks, clear drag ruts in the dirt, and you continue to follow this trail for another several hours. It's clear that you're whatever this thing is and or was, it's pretty far away from where the farm is. They're going a pretty decent distance. And this continues until you come to what looks to be a large hole in the ground. It's about a 5 feet in diameter. Yeah, what do you guys want to do?
Deep, or is it? Can we see the bottom?
Are you walking up to the edge of the hole?
I am.
Okay, yeah, you walk up to the edge of the hole and looking down, the sun is still out and you can see that it's shining down into it. There's what looks like rubble sort of like against the side of the hole. Looking down into it, you see what looks like a mossy stone floor and stone walls.
Like created stone walls.
Yes.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
After my rest, do I get my spell slot back, or is that...
You do, yes.
Oh, really?
Well, because he only needs 4 hours to
I
long
only need
rest
4
because
hours.
he's...
'cause
I
I'm
thought a
an
long
elf.
rest was 1 hour.
It's 8 hours.
A long rest is 8
I
hours.
mean, I thought a short rest was 1 hour.
4 hours.
4 hours.
We did 4 hours, but I'm an elf and I did a trance.
Oh, wow.
So he's basically slept.
Yeah.
He got his spell slot back. Yeah.
Wow, that is handy.
Yeah. Okay. Question over.
Hey guys, there's an actual built-up, looks like room down here.
Huh.
Does this look like it was a newly dug hole, or is it just something like caved in, or...
It looks like, judging by sort of the detritus that you see at the bottom of the hole and what looks like the rubble, it looks like it sort of fell in from above.
So this is a tunnel that maybe had a roof on it.
Maybe.
About how deep is it?
Looking down into it, you'd say it's probably about like 10 to 15 feet deep.
I tossed a stone in just to make sure.
Okay, you toss a stone in and it just clatters.
But from the distance down, can I figure out how deep it is?
You can see the bottom.
I know. But
What do you want to use the fucking Doppler effect? What are you
Trust
doing?
rocks more than their own eyes.
Yes.
You see that it is 13.6 feet deep.
Eyes lie. Rocks do not.
All right. I'm gonna say, if no one has any objections, I'd like to head in first and just sort of scout ahead in a stealthy manner.
I'd like to look for a way down into the hole.
Here's a rope.
Oh.
So actually, the rubble that's like piled up against the side of the wall underneath, you can like sort of make your way down
Put
that
my rope away.
safely enough.
No, take it out.
It's back out again.
Good idea.
So let's say
Thank
you, Eowyn, enchant a pebble or something with light so that I can see my way, and I'll scout ahead a bit.
Sure you don't want me to go first. I
Will
can see well in
do.
the dark.
Yeah, but you are not good at stealth.
There's nothing I come upon that I can't handle.
I'm not worried about you dying so much as us preserving the element of surprise for whatever may be down here.
Whether we're surprising it or not, we're going to take it down because it stole a child.
I got bitten by a wolf today.
Consider it a learning experience. It's practical.
And I've learned that
It's better to have the drop on
better
them.
to have the drop on people.
Well, I'll follow directly behind you and tell you what's in front of you.
I mean, he can light up a rock for me. She can light up a rock for me. Sorry, elves, you know.
So right.
And
So androgynous.
Wow, that's kind of prejudiced of you there to say all elves are the same.
I'll scout ahead, and honestly, if I do get the drop on something, I may be able to charm it or put it to sleep, so we don't even have to kill it.
I cast light on a little rock, and now it's glowing, emitting light.
Great.
But what's the word for that?
That one doesn't get a word. That's a cantrip. It doesn't need a word.
You just wave your hand.
I just do like
You just flick. You're
poke
like,
it. I flick it. I flick it with my middle finger and just ping, and it starts.
I'm just imagining you flicking it and it just like lighting up like when like a light bulb that's loose in its socket.
Yeah.
Like you just jiggled it a little bit and it just like ding, ding, ding.
Yeah.
all right. So I'm gonna take the pebble in my left hand, and sort of like just leave a little crack in my finger, so there's just like a single beam of light coming out.
Okay.
Flashlight
Humming
style.
this little light of mine.
Sure. No, I'm not humming at all because I'm trying to stealth. And I'm gonna draw my rapier and I'm gonna descend into the pit.
Then we need to change maps.
Change map. We're changing a map. We're changing a map. This is a map change.
I think we'll just play that
Yeah.
recording at the time now.
Aaron, can you record the other harmonies for it too?
Right. Yeah.
It's
Will
just
do.
gonna be Aaron
Will do.
harmonizing with himself a bunch.
While he's starting to stealth forward, can I kind of like look at the stone, see how long it's been here, like kind of get a maybe I like understand who might have built it or something
Sure. It's a history check, I
with
believe.
my stone cunning. So that's 18.
So looking at the architecture, you're still outside of the hole, right?
I've gone in the hole, but I'm like I've just come to the edge of the light of the hole itself, so I haven't gone in farther than he has.
Gotcha.
I'm just standing there, kind of looking at the image.
So looking around, you look at sort of the cut of the stonework on the floor and the walls, and you see the spacing of the wall sconces.
Oh,
And
there's sconces.
there are sconces. There's nothing in them, and you can see also just like the general sort of age of everything. That this is pretty old. This has clearly been in not used for some time now. It looks like it's probably some sort of military outpost, is the best you can tell. It's definitely got sort of the hallmarks of like how keeps were constructed.
So
very long
more
ago.
ruins or like actual tunnels.
It looks more like a sort of a long forgotten keep rather than like a tunnel, so to speak.
Oh, I know some scholars that
so
have a
I'm-
field day with this.
I'm gonna creep stealthily down the rubble.
So don't do anything quite yet. So if you see that hole right there,
This is the
that is the hole that you guys just dropped down into. So dropping in, you can see with the aid of the light that you have and just the sunlight pouring in, you can see that there's this long corridor that stretches out to your left and to your right. So what do you want to
I'm
do?
gonna head to the left.
Okay.
Still creeping.
While doing that,
So go ahead and roll stealth.
Are we all in the whole way?
If you want to be, I went in there to look at the stonework.
Oh,
So
I also
that
go in
is
there.
I'm gonna stay outside of the hole.
That's a 17 for stealth.
So you can keep going down.
Okay, I'm gonna creep down. Is this a door here?
Yes,
Can I sort of peek through it?
absolutely.
Take a look at what's on the other
I
side.
want to cloister the light for a sec. Would that make
Oh
sense?
yeah, I'll cover it with my
cloister, that's
rapier
good.
hand. So I'm just.
So peeking in, sort of without the aid of light,
Can't see
you
much.
can't really see very much. So it's hard to tell what you're looking at.
So I'm gonna again, just letting a shaft of light
Flashlight
out through
it.
the thing, crack in my hand. I'm gonna sort of scan the room with
Okay.
light.
So scanning the room, you see a number of boxes and barrels and sacks, shelves. The wood here is warped in a lot of places. Several of the barrels look like they're knocked over and that they've been emptied.
Okay.
This, for all intents and purposes, looks like a storeroom of some kind.
Can I see the whole room? Can I see to the other side of it?
You can see to the other side, but you cannot see the entire room. There are some shelves that are blocking your view. You can actually take that piece of cardstock off.
So it doesn't look like there are other exits from this room.
Not
This is
that, not that you can see, though.
Okay. I'm gonna creep back to these guys and tell them what I saw, and I'm gonna suggest that maybe we poke around in there a little bit and see if there's anything of value.
Sure.
Are we?
Yes, let's go down.
What?
So there's a storeroom there.
Oh.
It doesn't seem as though anyone's in there, although there were some shadowy pockets I couldn't quite see, so maybe weapons out. But,
Or just send me and I can see.
Shadowy pockets.
I have night vision.
That should be our
sure,
name.
well, yeah, so Yarthik can take point on this one, since he can see, and he probably won't die if something is there.
I choose not to take offense to that.
And I say, let's just see if there's anything of value to be had in there before we move on.
Sure.
Can I hear this conversation from outside the hole?
How far outside the hole are you?
I'm like at the edge.
Okay. Are you talking loud enough?
Yeah, I'm talking like in a
Or would
stage
you like
whisper.
clamber up to be like, hey, this is what we're doing?
I'm talking in like a stage whisper. I don't know if she can hear that, like from down here. Like
Should I-
I'm sort of like I'm keeping it down like this, but I'm talking at about this level.
Check the handbook
make a
for
listening
range on
check?
stage whisper.
No, I mean, if you like are like,
And
if
I
you
guess
took a
I'll
knee
motion.
next to the hole so you could like see and hear what they're
Yeah.
talking about, you'd be able to hear that.
If nothing
Okay.
else, I could probably thaumaturgy it up to
Then-
her.
I'll go with them.
So,
I think marching order. Is
Marching
Yarthik
order.
first.
Yeah.
And then.
Are we all
I'll
stealthing
take-
or are we just walking?
Do you want me second, or I can take the rear?
Oh yeah, you can bring up the rear, so we'll go like.
because
this.
you have dark vision also.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we're.
Are
this
we
is-
stealthing
this
or
is
are we-
the order.
I think everybody but Fred has dark vision.
Except for yeah.
Damn it. I don't think we need.
Can we bully him about that?
Absolutely.
He
I
needs
don't think
Eowyn
we
to
need
be
Oh,
dressed
you need
up.
a little light, baby.
Light pebble.
This is starting to feel kind of prejudiced from your end, guys. I know
You did say all
humans
elves look
have.
alike.
I did not say that. You said that. I said it's
did not
sometimes
say
hard
any
to
such
tell
thing.
what gender they are.
Are we stealthing or are we walking?
I think I'm gonna say to them, I don't think we need to be stealthy at this point. I think when we go the other way, that's fine. But I think this is just a dead end with nobody in it.
You're the captain, Captain.
When did he get promoted?
I was saying that slightly sarcastically.
Oh.
And I'm not gonna pick up on it because I don't understand elfin sarcasm.
I go into the room and kind of look around and get a lay of the land of what I see.
So put yourselves like at things in the room
Over here.
wherever you want to be.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and check out these barrels. I guess.
Are there
With
any?
your light?
Yeah. it's my
Are there
life.
any books?
There are no books. This is just a
Oh.
storeroom.
Can you just
Well,
put
this
me
is
like in the
boring.
doorway?
Olash, Eowyn, you are looking through the shelves to see what's on there. Yarfik, you're looking through the boxes, and then Cassian, you're going through the barrels. And as you are sort of
Pretty good
looking
spread.
through and disturbing things, you sort of hear like little like chitters, pitter patters.
Inside the room or outside the room?
Sort of just around.
Oh,
And
yeah,
Eowyn, you pick something up off the bottom of a shelf, and a rat scampers out from underneath
Jesus!
it.
That was my friend's name.
He has
And
nothing to do with this.
that definitely happens, and that sort of alerts the rest of you.
What did you find?
Just
A rat.
And as that happens, similarly, you open up a barrel that has like very old grain in it, and a couple of rats jump out of there. Similarly, and then Yarfik, you sort of like move a crate to see what's behind it, and behind it you see these small holes in the wall, and some rats coming out. And then some more rats coming out.
I'm gonna put the crate back against the holes.
And the flow of rats at this point is too much for you to be able to do that.
There's a sea of rats. Oh god, we are fighting.
As from behind the barrels where Cassian is and from behind the boxes where you are, there are now 2 rat swarms.
Oh
boy.
Oh my god.
Swarms are hard to fight.
I'm gonna say. I propose that we retreat carefully out of this room. I don't think there's anything to be gained from
Will you be
trying
able to
kill
see
these
your
rats.
way out?
I think I'll manage. I'm still holding this light.
Yeah, so they'll follow you first.
So we're going to roll initiative.
Okay.
Come on.
Oh, natural 20 on initiative.
Okay.
These are some fast rats.
13.
Natural 12. But I have a modifier, right?
You do, yes. What'd you get?
13.
Okay.
13 as well.
Jesus, what is going on here?
11.
We're just really in sync as a group.
The rats are up first.
Oh crap.
And the rats that are over by you, Cassian, they're just going to go right for you. They're going to do a bite attack, which is a 19 to hit.
That definitely hits.
Just 1 point of damage.
Oh, sweet.
So as you're moving the barrels, the rats sort of swarm around you and they start like nipping at your ankles. And then the other rats are going to go after you, Yarfik, and that is a natural 1. So you stymied them enough by moving that crate in front of them that they couldn't really like en masse get to you.
Everybody out.
Next up is Cassian.
Okay, I'm going to disengage from the rats to avoid provoking an attack of opportunity, and
Okay.
I'm going to sort of holding them at bay with my rapier and by shining my light in their eyes, I'm going to kind of back out towards the doorway.
I'll move out of the way.
It's only an option for him.
Oh, I don't think that's true. I think that's just a standard combat action.
Disengage. If
I
had
can't
done
do it as a
wolf,
bonus
I would
action.
have-
I can't do anything else besides that
Right.
and move.
Would I have had the option to disengage the wolf?
Yeah.
Oh, great.
Oh, shit,
Good
sorry.
information, guys.
My bad.
Hey,
You're
you
still
roasted that
learning.
wolf. You're
Yeah.
fine.
You're also still learning, remember. You don't know everything about
Got a chance to be a really awesome hero. Wait,
Olash.
hey, by the way, did you do any healing in that
Yes.
Yeah,
rest?
in the trance. Yeah, I'm
Oh.
fully healed.
Right, long rest. Wow,
Yeah.
that's crazy ability.
Olash.
I'm just gonna stay where I am. I'm outside the room. Seems like people are coming out. So.
Eowyn?
Right. I can't fit past him here, can I?
I'm a
I
dwarf.
think you can move through
This
squares
is a-
occupied by your allies as long as you
Yeah.
don't
You can go around the shelf. I'll allow it.
Right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. About as far as I can move.
Mhm.
You can move.
I
you
can get out of your way. Oh, because that's 30
That's
feet.
that's
I see what
30
you're saying.
feet.
You can also just go out of the room.
Well, he's
No,
just
that's
come on.
30 feet.
takes
Right,
him
I'm saying
just
you
to
can
the
go
doorway.
more than that if you wanted to dash and then get out of
Yes,
the room.
but if
Oh.
she wants to do something else, then she can.
Maybe I don't.
There's- okay.
I cast minor illusion and light a little fire right here. A minor, like not a real fire, but one that would scare these rats.
With giant anime eyes.
yeah.
And white gloves.
Basically looks like Calcifer. from,
Into thinking they can't
Howl's Moving.
pass through. So it happens.
It happens.
Okay.
You don't know the effects of it quite yet. Yarvik.
I'm gonna back toward the door as well and try to push Eowyn out.
Okay. Are you disengaging?
Yes, I'm disengaging and then moving.
Okay.
So disengage.
So you wouldn't be able to push.
No, but I'm gonna stand in front of her and take a blocking position.
Okay, cool. Cool. So the rats that were on you, Yarfik, they're gonna go right back up to you. They've got a speed of 30, so they can do it. They actually occupy the same space that you're in.
Son of a bitch.
Oh my goodness.
Is that a thing they can do because they're a swarm?
Yeah. And it's also because they're tiny. And they are going to try and bite at you again. They roll an 11, which I know does not hit your AC. So they're swarming around you, but you're wearing scale mail. They have rat teeth. They can't do shit about that. The other rats are going to go right through the minor illusion.
Why? I tried.
Rats have a very, very keen smell, and they are very aware that there is no
And
fire
they're
there.
smelling dwarf right now.
Yep, and Yarfik is the only one in front of them. They rolled a 12, though, which I know still does not hit. So same thing. You're wearing scale mail.
Yeah,
They can't
I'm
get
a
through it.
wall. I'm keeping them away.
Cassian.
Okay, I'm gonna, back away enough that Eowyn can move out when she needs
Is that
to.
door closed, by the way?
Yeah.
And I guess I'm gonna just hit the rats with a vicious mockery. I guess this swarm here.
You need a
I'm gonna
swarm.
say, what you call yourselves rats? You don't even look like you have plague. What are you gonna do?
What's the DC?
And,
Rats
it's
aspire
a
to have
13
plague.
DC.
They did not make it.
Okay, so they are gonna take D4 damage, and that's 3. And I think I add my. No, I don't add anything. So they take 3 damage, and they have disadvantage on their next attack roll.
Okay.
Cassian in general is just basically an observation comic that
Right.
just tells them what's going on.
Yeah.
So you insult the rats about their lack of being a disease vector, and they really take it to heart, and they're like, that's what my mom said to me too, and that was
Yeah, the power of my magic translates that into terms that a rat can understand.
Yeah.
Squeak,
Cool.
squeak.
Olash.
Yes, I conk it up right there.
Could I like grab Awen and pull her out
Sure.
of the doorway?
Absolutely.
All right, I do that.
I like
Cradle her
prepare
in
to
my
cast
arms.
another minor illusion, and I'm like,
We're all very protective of Awen.
Eowyn?
I go yoop, and then I do a whole lot of nothing.
I mean, you don't have to do anything.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Yarvik.
No, yoop was my action.
Can I disengage from both rats?
Thank you.
I'll allow it since they're essentially like in the same space as you. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so I'll disengage from them, move outside the door, but stay in the doorway.
Mm-hmm.
Say to everyone else, "Get down the hall!" And I can't close the door, so I have to stay.
I'll let you close.
Okay, and I'll close the door.
So you close the door. Are you like thinking about like barring it with anything?
If there's anything around to bar it with.
So there's rubble at the end of the hallway. That's what sort of that like mishmash of marker is. So there's rubble down there.
Why don't you hold it shut while Olash grabs some rocks?
Then I'm gonna stay right there and hold the door, brace the door with my warhammer, and just hold it closed.
Okay, cool. So while you do that, the rats start to push against the inside of the door.
Rats.
Yes, they are rats.
Just wanted to be sure about that.
Oh, I
and
thought you were
that's-
saying rats like rats. They're pushing.
And
I'm not
that's
the observation
that's
comic.
it for now.
That's it for now. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
The
That's
rats
that's
aren't
wordplay,
strong
that's
enough.
an observation.
Not as of right now, not as far as you can tell. Cassian.
I guess I'll just help him hold the door. I'm gonna use also brace against
Okay.
it.
Olash.
Over my head. He's short.
I'll start grabbing rubble, but if it feels like the rats are gonna push the door open, let me know, because I'm pretty strong.
So we'll say that you have enough like movement and strength to get like a good armful of rocks and get back over to the door with them.
Okay.
Eowyn.
I don't know if I'll be much help at this point, guys. I'll cheer you on. Move that rubble. I'll grab small rocks.
Like the same size that you used for the light spell.
I think I can probably handle something a little bit larger, so that's probably what I'm gonna do. Just I don't know, like
Sure.
Cool.
Yeah.
About a
We'll allow that.
football-sized
Football
rock.
size.
yeah.
Cool. So Yarvik.
I'm gonna let Olash start piling, but I'm still gonna keep bracing the door.
So back up to the top, and the rats are still pushing. One or two rats have gotten under the door, but only one or two. Cassian.
So from the force that the rats are exerting on the door, does it feel like if I let go, they're in danger of busting through?
It doesn't feel like if you let go that they're in danger. As long as one of you is holding the door.
Okay, I'm gonna also rock pile. I'm gonna pile some rocks.
Okay, cool. So you run over, grab some rocks, come back over. You don't have time to put them down yet, but you have them ready to go. Olash.
So I've been piling rocks. Can I like drop the rocks on the rats that have gotten through?
Sure.
Okay. Do that.
Yeah, I'll allow it.
Oops.
So there's you hear some wet squishing.
Eowyn is just like, no.
And you're starting to pile rocks in front of the door. Eowyn.
I cast continue to pile rocks.
Are you sure? I feel like that's a second level spell.
Okay. Yeah, no, I don't know, man. I think this is the correct course of action for
Cool.
me.
Yarvik?
So I grab a slightly larger rock.
Keep bracing. I'm gonna be the thing holding the door
Okay.
back until the rats are
We'll speed this along at this point. You guys keep going back and forth, getting rubble, piling it in front of the door, until you are relatively sure that you've like got the cracks all sealed. And there's a point where you sort of take your hands off the door and see if it will hold. And it seems to, and you sort of all stay there for a little while, just being quiet, listening, making sure you don't hear any more like biting, scratching noises until that sort of dissipates.
I try to hold hands with everybody.
I left my keys in there, guys. Go back.
We'll come back for them with an exterminator.
And eventually the noise just all sort of dissipates and goes away, and you guys feel like you're in the clear.
Cool.
Nice.
We should go back in and go through those things again. I'm just kidding.
Okay.
I'm literally kidding.
Is the light spell still active on my rock, or does it need to be re-upped?
I mean, it's a cantrip. It doesn't.
Okay,
Okay,
so yeah.
so I can just cast it.
And relight.
if I need to.
All right, I guess I'll go ahead and stealth down this way.
I love that our stealthy person
Okay.
can't see in the dark.
It's suboptimal in that way, for sure. That's 23.
That's fine. Okay, so you come down the hallway over here. And you come to a corner, and
Still
you
scanning the walls and ceiling. as I
scanning
go.
the walls and ceiling. Roll an investigation check.
I'm gonna go back to the hole.
Like you're gonna go outside the hole.
That's-
No, I'm
4
just
for
going to the edge of the hole
investigation.
and just kind of hang out there.
Me too, I guess.
Oh, I assumed you were moving in this
Yeah, no,
direction
that's-
at all. Yeah.
So you guys are both at the hole, and then Aowen, you're with Cassian.
Yeah.
So is Aowen throwing his stealth off?
Pretty sneaky.
Well, you have to roll for stealth.
Right. What modifier is that?
It's dexterity.
Oh, I have a +1, so I might as well. I might as well do a dexterity check. A 7. But I am over here, so...
Wizard, not so dexterous.
I got a 4 for investigation. By the way.
Yes, I noticed. So as you
We are
round
amazing.
the corner, you get to, we'll say about there. As you're walking, you're going, down the hallway. It's the same sort of moss-covered stones and stone walls. You see the same sconces in the walls at even intervals. You do see that there is a door ahead of you on the left, and all of these things you notice while you don't notice the tripwire. So I need you to make a dexterity
check.
saving throw.
And it's a 9.
So you are noticing all of these various things, but you don't notice the tripwire. You step into it, and this board of wood that has been bent back against the wall triggers and just slams forward into your shins.
Do we hear this?
You do. You
I'm gonna
take
curse pretty
you take
badly.
4 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh, man.
Actually, okay, 4 points.
Can you move me?
I'm going to come charging down the hall.
Well,
I'm not being stealthy.
And
Yeah, we
at
just heard
that
a
same
noise.
moment, you can you roll a perception check as well, Cassian?
that's a 9. All right, I'm getting rid of the stuff. Going back to my orange.
So you get hit in the legs, you curse loudly, and then you hear noise. It's indistinct. You're not sure what it is, but you definitely hear noise coming from the other side of that door.
Okay, I
And
guess
then
I'm
you
gonna
hear clang, clang, clang.
I'm gonna
coming up.
limp back to these guys and say, I just tripped some sort of trap, and I think something heard me inside that room.
You know,
Yeah.
if
Why
you
did
could
you
see,
trip the trap?
Well, it was an accident.
In the middle of saying that,
If you could see in the dark, it'd be fine.
a kobold,
A dragon! Oh.
Please say that character.
in the middle of saying that, a kobold peeks around the door and then points at you and says something to the effect of,
Which I understand. Which I
Draconic?
understand.
yes, it is in
I
Draconic,
understand what he said.
which is they tripped the trap.
Oh.
Very observant.
You know,
wasn't
they
anything
do
interesting.
observational comedy better than you do.
And we're gonna need some of that inish.
Just your observational comedy weaken enemies. I don't think
Ooh.
so. Oh my god!
Initiation, what's
All right,
the-
that's a 5 for
It's
it.
dexterity on there?
5.
Initiation.
What is it on an...
There's an
Initiative
on
is
there.
dexterity, but it's
Right, so I got an 18.
Ooh, look at you.
14.
What did you get?
5.
Noise.
Cassian, did you get a 5 as well?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
How do you decide who goes first with the 5s?
Higher dex.
I just go for whoever said it first
Oh, cool.
because I figure they're a little more dexterous. They're quicker on the trigger.
Hey!
Homebrew
cool.
rules, folks. Homebrew
Very
rules.
nice.
So so Eowyn, you get to go first. So you heard that
He's...
Your
Can I...
accent's
Do I...
pretty bad.
Will it... No. Light... Any
Aldo's
clever illusion idea?
What was Aldo's son's name? Do we get Aldo's son's name?
you never asked.
Awesome.
Damn it.
Great.
I assume if we meet any halflings down here, we're gonna assume it's probably that guy.
How about... Should I just call back and say, we seek the boy?
If you want to,
Who's
yeah.
the halfling boy.
You should, yeah.
He's adorable, and he's not doesn't deserve to be eaten by little dragons.
And what does it sound like in Draconic? Only I understand it, which is even better. Of course, your intonation is perfect because you've learned stuff.
Yes, of course it is. So I say that,
Okay.
and then I cast Minor Illusion to make myself look real muscular.
Okay. Well, so before you do that, remember you're around the corner. They can't see you, and minor illusion, you can't move the illusion, so it will stay
Ghostly
where you
muscles
are.
just hovering in the air.
So if you want to move first,
I
It's
can
just
cast
some abs
Minor Illusion
chilling
as a sound illusion.
correct. You
So
can
I'm
have it
gonna
be
use it to make my
audio.
voice sound much more intimidating.
Okay.
So that happens.
Okay.
It's in a real disappointing kobold mother tone. No, yeah, just super intimidating.
Cool. Are you gonna move at all? You done?
Yeah, I'm good over here.
So the kobolds are up next. This guy's going to rush forward. He's going to rush forward, and he is going to take a swing at Cassian.
Don't even care.
As a 16 hit your AC,
I was going to do the same thing, actually. You didn't do it.
and that is 4 piercing damage on Cassian. And
They obviously were not intimidated.
Yeah.
another one appears at the door, and that's as far as he can get. So next up is Yarfik.
Charging and swinging.
At the one that's attacking Cassian?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna stand on Cassian's right, and I'm gonna. That's.
Oh. Oopsie.
10.
That does not hit.
Get rid of this die.
So you run up and you go to take a swing at the kobold, but this is like it's only a 10-foot wide corridor, and having to sort of like muscle your way around all of your compatriots makes it so you're standing too close to the wall, and your warhammer just sort of drags along the wall, and it fucks up your swing.
Nice.
Next up is Cassian.
Okay, I'm gonna cast Sleep on these 2 kobolds. So if I remember right, that's a 5d8.
A 5d8 worth of HP. Do you need some more d8s?
Yeah, I think that's some spare.
There's another 2.
Thank you. Thanks. Oh, it's gonna be a team effort, guys.
Watch that water.
Yeah, please do not spill the
Sorry.
water. That is
I gave you a roll
wet
service
erase
and
marker.
you wanted to walk
Okay, so that is 7.
Did you
10,
roll 4
11.
ones?
No.
Oh,
This is
okay.
a 3 here. It's just hard to see. So that's 10, 11, 12, 17. Or 18, excuse me.
Okay. And what's the radius on sleep?
Oh, good question. 20-foot radius.
Okay, so it's a 20-foot radius, and it will affect.
Starts with the lowest HP creature.
Yes, and then goes up from there. Cool. So you do you say anything to make this happen?
I just say shh, 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 shh.
As you hold out your hand and you focus your arcane energies and say shh, 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 you put out your other hand as if it were a pillow up to the kobold's face, and you can see its reptilian eyes just sort of droop, and the eyelids go down, and it just lays its head into your hand as you slowly guide it to the floor. The other one that's behind it just falls because no one is there to do anything about it, and they are both asleep.
Cool. Well, that's my first level spells for the day.
So next up is Olash.
Oh, and sorry. Well, no, I'll stay with.
Oh yeah, you can move if you want.
No, but I don't want to.
You don't want to wake the babies.
I don't want to leave Aelin like the next in line.
You heard 2 thuds or a thud.
Yeah, I haven't really seen any.
You,
of them.
I would say that you would have seen what Cassian just did, and
Okay.
you'd probably see like the head of that
Okay.
See
kobold.
a snoozing kobold head.
So I'm gonna.
What is he saying in his sleep?
He's not talking in his sleep, but he's like running like a dog.
Man.
They're gonna sleep for a minute, by the way. Just. So, yeah.
Can I see if like they have anything on them that like any keys or anything?
Do an investigation check.
6.
So looking around, you don't see anything but like the slings and the daggers they have.
Okay. I'm gonna draw my great axe. And that's
Okay.
it.
Okay. So next up is Awen.
If I attack them, they will wake up.
Correct.
Okay.
Well, the one
move
you
across
attack
them,
will wake
right?
up. They won't necessarily both.
Can't we just do like a
Can we just slit their throats?
execution style?
You can, yeah.
Rope. I have rope.
Yeah, if you guys think we might want to interrogate him, we can tie him up.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Should we check? I say perhaps we should check to see if there are any more in that room.
Right. So
couldn't
I
make it to the
move.
door.
I don't step on this kobold. Boop, boop, boop. And I peek my little head stealthily through the door.
So just go ahead and pull.
So there's no other kobolds in this room, guys. No other kobolds in this room, guys. But there is. There's a marshmallow.
So, looking into the room,
There's
you
a
find
Y chromosome.
looking into the room, you see what appears to be a very dilapidated barracks. The cots are rotted and in disarray. In the far corner to the left, one seems to have been torn apart and made into a makeshift spit, on which is roasting the
Marshmallows.
remains
That's the marshmallows.
of a sheep.
Oh,
That's where the sheep went.
Well, mystery solved. Let's head back home.
Head on back.
In the middle of the room, you see there's a sort of a sack on the ground, and that is what you see.
I see a sack. I see a spit. I go and I. Oh no, I used up my movement already. Never mind. Yeah, I guess that's all I can do. No, I can do stuff.
You could also move another
can cast
30
a
feet if
spell
you
or
want to
make
into
an
the room.
attack.
No, I just moved and then looked. I can't move again.
I don't think
Well,
look is a
if you dash,
action.
if
You
don't do
haven't
anything
haven't
else, you can
technically
double
used an
your
action yet. You
So I
like
can
you
use an
glanced into the
action
room.
to-
That was your free action. So
Oh, so if I were to, so I moved, looked, move, and I can't do anything else
Yes.
after that.
correct.
It's basically a dash move. It's double move.
Oh, I didn't realize he doubled up.
It isn't double move yet.
Can I? Okay, so I'll carefully move and look, like be in front of the sack.
Okay.
That's what it is.
So next
I
up
cast
is
be in front of a sack.
next up is the kobolds, and they are snoozing quite peacefully. Yarfik.
Snoozing for a
I'm going to
bruising.
take out my rope and I'm going to tie them up together. And then I'm going to probably put them in like a...
So just roll a dexterity check, just a straight dex.
Okay. 15.
So you tie them up, and the knots that you tie are they're pretty good. Like
Are we tying them back to back?
Yeah.
Cool.
crotch to crotch.
And then I'm also going to take some scraps of cloth and put them over their mouths.
that's hard because like they have like long
I'm
snouts.
I'm going to do it like an alligator.
Okay. That's also hard because alligators don't have thumbs, so it'll be really hard. To...
Such hot torsos. Why do they do that? Why did they make them
You don't
cut?
truly respect an enemy unless he's real buff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They really made
That's
them.
why you wanted to have the muscles that you had. But
So, considering that you have them fully restrained, we'll just say we're out of combat now.
Nice. I look in the bag.
I'm gonna investigate these, this glowing set of muscles that's hovering in the air next to me.
I didn't actually gasp that.
So we're gonna do things one at a time. Aowen, you first.
I look in the sack.
Okay, so roll an investigation check.
Oh man. Investigation is intelligence, right? So 10.
Okay, so you start sort of just like you plunge your hand into it.
And first, let's go.
Just sort of like moving stuff around to see, and you see like various shiny things. It doesn't look like whoever amassed all this stuff was actually aware of like worth necessarily.
Right.
There's like broken glass and silverware, but not silverware. It's like, shitty metals. And
Be nice.
and there's some like food, but not like it's old food. It's not looking good. And you don't really find very much. You do find a couple of gold pieces. So you find all told about 3 gold pieces and 10 silver pieces. But that's it. You don't find anything else of value.
Anyone else want to
Who's next?
I'll disarm the kobolds and kind of like take stuff off them, so that they don't have their weapons. And
Okay, I kind of assumed that you did that when you
Okay,
tied them
never
up.
mind. Yeah. So did I find anything other than like slings or something? Or?
Can I
Just
ask?
slings and daggers.
Just daggers, okay.
Not slings and arrows. Okay.
That you can't fire an arrow with a sling.
Actually, you know what? I don't have any ranged weapons right now, so I'll take a sling and whatever rocks they...
You can add them to the rock pouch that Yarfik grabbed earlier.
Yep.
Okay, sweet.
Are they awake yet, or are they still asleep?
They're coming to right now, we'll say.
Cool. I'm going to keep an eye on them when they're fully awake. I'm going to try to ask one of them where the kid is in Draconic when he wakes up.
I can just dismiss the spell anytime, so if we're ready to start questioning them... Maybe we should take him into the room, though.
Yeah.
So...
I'll drag him in. Literally drag them.
So you guys are all in the room. You've dragged in your 2 kobold prisoners.
I also am going to just say I could use a bit of healing. I'm at 1 hit point right now.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I don't have any healing
Come here.
capabilities.
Okay, I head over to Yarfik.
I dope slap him, and he gets...
Seems like a counterproductive way to heal, but...
So, and it's
knocks you
1d8
over and you
plus my level, I think?
Before it heals, it does 1 bludgeoning damage. And you die. I'm just gonna take stock of the room, like look around if there are these, what are these, shelves?
Those are beds. I didn't have enough.
Spellcasting modifier is my wisdom modifier?
It's your wisdom modifier plus your proficiency.
Oh, okay, so that's... Okay, so roll a d8.
I roll it?
Yeah, roll a d8. I'll let you roll it. Add 5.
Okay, 7. So I'm up to 8. Thank you. Many thanks. Yeah.
So anyway,
I was also,
you
also
were...
at the same time holding my tankard, so that's where you see a little glow from inside the tankard as I dope slap you.
It's very inspiring.
Aeon, you wanted to look around the room?
Yeah, I'm just having a look.
So roll another investigation check.
Woo! 16.
16. So with a 16, looking around, you sort of start, you like check under all of the cots and beds, and you rifle through some of the sheets. And in doing all of that, you find a somewhat rusted short sword. It looks like it's in good enough shape that like a blacksmith could clean it up and it would be perfectly usable. You also find 5 crossbow bolts.
Ooh. Sure.
There's also
I choose to ignore the dirty magazines.
There's also a roasted sheep.
Right.
So if anyone wants some mutton.
Does anybody want a sheep or have any use for a sword or crossbow bolts?
I'll hold on to them just in case.
Sure.
Wait, what kind of a sword?
A short sword. Rusted short sword.
I can use those, and I don't really have any slashing damage.
Sure.
could
It's probably
also
not
rust it,
usable
is it?
right now, but
It's not so rusted that it's unusable. Like a blacksmith would have to clean it up for it to be
We could
tip
also
top.
sell it in town when we get back. So if we hold on to it, we can use it if we need.
Yeah, mind if I hang on to it in the meantime?
Go for it. I'll take the bolts and put them in my pouch.
Great. And I quietly to myself say, and I'll keep the gold and silver pieces. Because I found those.
That's
before
true. I mean,
guys
you
came
didn't
in a room.
necessarily tell anybody about that part, so that is
That's all you
up
found.
to you.
Yeah.
Awesome. Perfect. I'm going to take a piece of mutton, like a leg, and just rip a shank off and just walk back over to the prisoners.
Was it? I thought it was out of legs.
No, there's 1 leg left
Oh.
that we found. So it had 3 other legs, hopefully, if it's a regular sheep.
I check for regularity of sheep.
As in you're checking to see if the sheep is regular, like if it's pooping normally?
Sure.
See if it's magical? Is that what you mean?
No, I'm not going to detect magic right now.
Cool. So anyone else want to do anything in the room before you guys question these kobolds?
Everything's been rifled through, correct?
Correct.
Nope.
I'm going to look around and see if there's a door,
I'll
another
cast-
door in here.
I'm going to...
There is another door.
There is
A
another-
different door than this one.
There is.
Well, then I cast... If I cast alarm, will it sound to the person who tripped it? Or will it just tell me?
I believe it just tells you.
Here,
Okay.
you set an alarm against someone, choose the door, blah, 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 alerts you whenever a tiny or large
okay.
creature.
So,
A
yeah.
mental alarm alerts you the ping in your mind if you are within 1 mile of the warded area. This ping
Okay.
awakens you when you're sleeping.
So you'll get a mind ping.
Nice. All
You
right.
could also make an audible alarm that produces the sound of a handbell if you wanted everyone to know.
Oh.
So you can do either one.
Dealer's choice, essentially.
Yeah, I'll do the mind ping.
And you can also choose what creature set off the alarm and what doesn't. So if one of us walks through and actually walks past it, we wouldn't be
Right.
able to set it off.
So I just set an alarm on this door here. Or like, I guess, yeah. I set an alarm for just outside this door.
All right. Well, I can handle the questioning. I guess I got plus 3 charisma. Does anybody have more than that?
Nope.
All right.
But I'm going to be assisting you because
I have like a
Charisma?
negative,
Stand and
I
flex
have
medicine.
-1,
I have negative,
even better.
negative more than that.
This is why you love me
but I can punch.
in your little band of brothers here.
I hate you for a lot of reasons.
I'm not likable. Like,
Yeah.
Got great
I'm
armor.
I'm
great
very
shield,
condescending.
Swing a warhammer like nobody's biz.
I'm meh.
All right. So I'm gonna dismiss the sleep spell and rouse the kobolds from their enchanted slumber.
Okay. They are awake. Looking around. They can't talk because their mouths are tied shut.
Merp, merp.
Okay. I'm gonna just come up to them and sort of strike a friendly conversational tone and say, this can go one of two ways. You can tell us what you know, answer our questions promptly and truthfully, and you can go along your merry way, or you can finish your lives here in this dilapidated bunker, tied together. So, first thing we need to know is, have you seen a halfling child come through here? And if so, what happened to him? And I'm going to take the gag off the first one.
He sort of like flexes his jaw, just to like get the kinks out of it from having it been tied closed. And he looks at you and says something to the effect of, he's speaking in Draconic, so you wouldn't understand, okay. But you two would. Says something to the effect of, I don't know, there was an intruder.
An intruder other than us?
Yes.
And what happened to this intruder?
I've been doing a running translation.
Yeah.
I was going to say, because otherwise...
Well, he understands me, right? He just is choosing not to.
But you don't understand him.
No, I know. I got that.
Yeah.
So I've been doing like a...
He says... he ran, he hid.
Deeper in this cavern?
Yes.
And what's in there? I mean, what else is farther down into the caverns?
He sort of looks at the other kobold, and then looks back at you.
They are back to back.
Well, yeah, but he's like looks over his shoulder, because they're both awake. The other one can hear as well.
In Draconic, while they're looking at each other, kind of think about that. I'm just going to say to them, "We could have done more harm to you. We don't want to harm you."
What does it sound like?
With the Scottish accent.
Yeah, heavily accented. So he...
And at the same time, I'm going to cast Thaumaturgy, and my eyes are going to glow like a
Whoa!
pale, like ice blue fire. Just a little bit, just enough
and
to...
he has minor illusion, and they look up, and there's like a few little spiders dangling above them, looking ready to drop.
Cool. So they hear what you have to say. They see your eyes. They see you doing something, and they look up and they see the spiders, and they're like, tasty. And then they turn back to you, Cassian, to sort of answer your question. He's sort of like it looks like he sort of thinks to himself for a moment, and then he looks up and he says, "You're not ready."
Not ready? Not ready for what? I'm Cassian von Demos. I'm ready for anything.
And the kobold says, "Who?"
Come on, you've
didn't
heard of
know
me. I'm a
who you
famous
were.
adventuring hero.
Have they heard of me and my tambourine playing?
Yeah, also, she's a rock star.
We don't get out much.
He says they don't get out much.
Well, trust me, we're very impressive. So, why don't you let us worry about what we're ready for and just answer the question?
And we'll let you eat a few of those spiders if you tell us
Yes.
what we want to know.
He doesn't really give anything else up. He just repeats. He says, "You're not ready," and he sort of like laughs.
Ready again, and now he's laughing. Well, you know he's
It's
laughing.
disrespectful.
It's not... And then while he's...
And then he looks over his shoulder again at his compatriot, and he looks forward. He sees you, but then he realizes you're the one who's like doing the real talking here, and he just looks at you and he says "Kariktaka."
He says Kariktika.
Is that the name of what's in the caverns?
Did we
Just says
understand what he said?
Kariktika. That wasn't
It's
a
not
word.
a draconic
It's not
word.
a word.
So it's the name
It's
of
a name
something.
of something I don't know. That wasn't.
I say,
Have I heard
what
that name
can you
before?
tell
Any
me about
religious-
Kariktaka?
Okay.
He's just dead-eye. All right.
Stonewalling.
Let's do this. I take the guys over in a little huddle. I take the rest of the crew over in a little
I'm
huddle.
still not breaking eye contact with him, but I'll listen to you.
Okay, well, I just don't want them to hear what I have to say.
I'm coming with
All
you.
right.
I'm just still
you're
staring at
okay.
them.
Think
So
of
I
how
say-
this huddle looks.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm going to... I say, I'm going to take this uncooperative kobold outside, tie him and gag him again, and create a minor illusion of some horrific, really horrific screaming. And then we're going to come back and question the second guy. Sound good?
That sounds great.
If I may, before you untie them and we have to deal with them, can I try one thing quickly?
Go for it. Yeah, if you have ideas.
Stand back. And there's a fire under the spit, correct?
Yes.
If you want, and in Draconic I'm saying, if you want to make it out of here alive, you will tell us what we're going up against. Or you might suffer the wrath of someone much higher than you. As I grab my holy symbol, and another thaumaturgy effect. The flame under the spit raises up blue and incinerates the mutton.
Roll intimidation.
20, not natural.
Bet you're gonna want to eat those spiders
And
now.
you guys all see this too. You see me do this and clutching, and all of a sudden blue flame shoots out of there.
I'm also pretty intimidated.
So you can see that he recoils against he's trying to push back, but obviously he's tied up, so he can't only do so much.
And I'm holding the rope too. I'm
Yeah.
holding on to it. And still blue flame in the eyes, but it burns a little brighter as it happens.
So he recoils as much as he can, and then looks at you now, and he just says he's our leader.
He's our leader.
Well, then you two don't need to worry about him anymore. Now you can either leave this place and leave us alone.
Hey, where did your accent go?
I'm speaking in no. You can either leave this place and leave us alone and leave the people around here alone, or you can stay here, tied up for the rest of your godforsaken lives. Personally, I'd like to spare them and let you be here and not let you starve.
Well, I'm confused. Do you want me to leave or stay?
I'm giving you a choice. You can either give us the intel we need about your leader and where we can find him to go get our halfling boy we're looking for, and we'll let you leave. Or we'll go in ourselves, figure it out, and leave you here to rot. All you're hearing is...
Well, Eowyn gets it.
Yes, I do.
And he's still very intimidated from what you did with the fire before, so he just sort of says, he's a big kobold.
He's a big kobold.
He
is big
much
kobold.
bigger.
All right.
A dragon!
Does he have magic? Can he cast spells?
I don't know.
I think that's all that they're going to give us
I think
today.
that's all
and
we got.
I think at this point, they've given us what they can. I say we let them go.
I say we force them out a certain way. so
I'm
they
going to
can't run
walk them
back.
out to the outside.
Oh, that's.
I'm going to
great.
walk them out.
Yeah, sounds good to me, I think. Well, wait, first of all, before you do that, I'm just going to ask one more question. Who else is there with Karik-Taka? Does he have others like you, or any other allies?
There are others.
How many?
He tries to raise an arm to raise claws, but he can't really get it up.
Had that
Do
problem.
they not know numbers?
Heyo.
Numbers are hard.
And he holds up 3 claws.
Okay. So three like yourselves plus a bigger one who you answer to. Is that about right?
Yes.
Any allergies in the party?
Ajia,
Turpentine.
Ajia appreciates your honesty, and I bring the flame down a little bit, my eyes down a little bit. A promise is a promise. You two come with me.
Yeah.
Everyone else, don't worry.
Let's turn them loose.
So I pick them up, walk them out to the edge,
Okay.
and I remind them, be gone. Live your life as if it's your last day, because life is precious. And do not take any other lives around here
Is he
or
doing a
bother the
speech?
townspeople.
Is he doing? I hate that
I
speech.
can't understand, so I'm assuming he's doing some variation of his defeated enemy speech.
So we'll take those 2. We'll say that you take them outside.
I give them each a sip of ale.
Oh, that's very nice. of you.
In Ajia, for Ajia. And think about Ajia. And I give him a pamphlet.
So you take them out, you give them a sip of ale, you give them some reading material, and you watch them leave, and you stand and wait until they are out of sight. And
All right,
then you
they're
come back
going.
in, let them.
They're gone.
right.
I think it's time we go in and meet this... I forgot what his name is already. Karik-Taka.
Is anyone
Agreed,
else
let's press
worried
on.
we're not ready?
I don't think they really know what our capabilities are.
They said they weren't ready until they saw what I just did. I'm pretty sure we'll be okay. It's us.
I don't know how.
We're
best to be
Vidas.
ready.
We are an extremely capable, extremely skilled, extremely handsome and beautiful, variously.
Are you
group
just
of
talking about
adventurers.
yourself
I'm
again?
talking about all of us. That's why I said and beautiful. I have full confidence in all of you and in myself and in our collective ability to handle whatever threats come our way.
So what are we doing, folks?
How stealthy are you exactly?
Not.
I know you're not. Olash.
Just stick me in front. I'll go take him on
I
myself.
have +1 for Dex.
Okay. So I'll, once again, I think it would be best if I do a little bit of scouting just to see what threats might be facing us. And once we determine, what's actually ahead of us, then you will obviously take the lead as the best equipped to handle attacks.
No one else need get hurt. I can go in and take it myself if I need.
I
have a Geo with me.
I'd prefer to have a little bit more information about what we're facing and the disposition of our foes.
All right, well, get your little light bright
we can
and
vote
go.
on it if you want to.
Get your little light bright and go walk in the shadows like the rest of us can't.
Okay, we'll do. Let's try to parse that. All right,
Dwarven logic.
Erwin, if you would be so kind as to light my way.
Tink!
All right, I'm gonna stealth it out through this door and...
So walking out into the hallway, you see directly across from that door is another door. Looking at it, you see it looks like it's blocked by rubble, and looking up at the ceiling, you can see very plainly where that rubble came from. It looks like it fell down from above, and it's currently barring the door.
Okay. Does it look like between us we could probably move it out of the way?
Yeah, probably.
Okay. I'm gonna just creep a little bit farther this way just to see if I can see what's down the rest of the corridor.
So
Again,
as
check the walls and see what's
you creep past, since you didn't roll for stealth,
Oh.
you hear something calling out from the other side of that door, and it says, "Hello? If it's you kobolds again, you're not gonna get me."
Okay.
To the side of this door.
Yes.
I guess I'll go back this way and say to the group, are you guys close to the door?
We'll be waiting by the door for you.
I say, it sounds like there's someone behind this barricaded door. It could easily be the child we're looking for. I propose we investigate.
I agree.
Yes.
Yes.
It's unanimous.
All right.
I can
Well,
sleep on the rubble so that we can move it.
I tie the rubble up and cover its mouth.
Olash,
an alligator.
as the brawniest among us, would you help clear the door, please?
Yes, of course.
Cool. So go ahead and roll a strength check,
I'll go help her.
and say you have advantage since he's helping out.
And I
So
will-
roll again
Okay.
and take the higher one.
Okay.
That's much better.
So, 21.
Okay. So between the two of you, you are able to move all the rubble out of the way very quietly, too. Like, it doesn't shift the pile anymore. You don't drop any rocks and make any loud noises, so nothing really gets disturbed. And you clear the door.
I'm going to draw a dagger, just and have it ready just in case this is not what it seems. But I think Olash or Yarfik should reach the door.
I'm down.
Go for it.
So you open the door, and looking inside, you see what looks like a washroom. Just as you open the door, this small halfling sort of like lunges at you and throws a punch, but he's very short and you're very tall, so he hits you like thigh, and he's very weak.
That's her tambourine
Because-
thigh. When she bashes her
Yeah.
in.
She also plays the
There will
spoons.
set you back.
But so he sort of hits you and then like looks up after he realizes what it is that he just hit and begins immediately apologizing and just going, "Oh my god, I am so incredibly sorry that I thought you were one of the kobolds. I wasn't sure exactly what was going on. Oh my god, what are you guys doing here?
I
Thank
put
you
my
so much.
hand on
Thank you
his
so much.
shoulder.
Thank you so much.
I put it in. Son, quiet.
Are you Aldo's son?
You were sent by my father?
Yes, indeed.
Well, yes, I am.
He's very, very worried about you.
God, thank God. Can we leave?
I
Yes.
think so, yeah. This is what we came for.
This is exactly what we came for.
I don't really see any other reason to go any further.
Why don't you guys escort him out? I'll watch our back in case anything comes up behind us.
Or I could just set another alarm. I mean, I have an alarm right here on the
Oh,
other
yeah.
side of this door, so
So
anything
we
that
back
walks
through that room.
Let's stop talking and just make a decision and get the hell out of here.
Say, yes, I think it's time we got you back to your father.
Go.
So we start
Did you
escorting him
already deal with what was down the hall?
down that way,
down
and I point.
over there.
Yeah.
No, we heard your voice. We came straight for you. We're here for you.
This is a rescue mission, son.
Well, aren't we also supposed to? I mean, there have been things killing all of his farm creatures.
Maybe we should bring him home and then come back.
No, I say we let him fight.
Yeah, that punch looked pretty impressive.
No, yeah. Let's bring
First priority is to get him safe, right?
First priority is he asked us to bring his son home. He didn't ask us to investigate, but we can later, and I'll stay and wait for it if it comes. You guys go.
He did actually ask you to investigate. He said, find my son and also find what's stealing my livestock.
You guys go. You guys go.
Yeah, I just feel like there's...
So you want, just being clear, you want to split the party
and
be here alone.
I'm going in.
I'm
going in.
I think
that seems unwise.
I think we should come back.
That is
I would rather
stupid
the
thing
rest
to
of you
do.
be safe with the boy and get him back to his father. I'll cover your back and I'll meet up with you later.
You're going to die.
I have a Gia with me. I am fine.
That's ridiculous. I think...
Don't you belittle my god.
Day one and we're already in a religious conflict.
She saved your ass on multiple occasions.
Sure. I think that we should put this little halfling boy back in his little hut. Maybe barricade him again so he doesn't get hurt in the kerfuffle that's about to ensue, and go investigate like we're supposed to.
I agree. I think it's only going to endanger everyone if we have, and especially him. Sorry, what's your name, son?
My name is Waldo.
Waldo.
We found Waldo.
I'm sorry.
How is he dressed?
Your father's name is
He's
Aldo,
wearing a green tunic.
and he named you Waldo.
Yes, my father's Aldo and I'm Waldo.
Part of their culture.
It's we Aldo. Waldo.
I'll never understand halfling names.
Yafik, I admire your valor. You know I always have. You're dependable and courageous, and it means a lot to me that you're always willing to be the first one in the line of fire. I
don't want anyone else to lose any life. It's what it is.
Well, we work best as a team, and I think that you would be putting yourself at unnecessary risk. Look, this is obvious. Whatever dwells in here, well, it's a giant kobold and other kobolds. We know that.
We do know what's in it. We've done the investigation.
Pretty obviously their lair. I doubt they're going to...
Did you know that, Waldo?
I'm still mad at where's Waldo.
It sounds like they're probably too... It sounds like they're pretty confident in their ability to handle threats. I doubt they're going to run away or depart this place. I think there's no reason we can't get Waldo to safely recuperate from our wounds and refresh our magics.
Did we wound Waldo?
No.
The wounds that we've suffered.
I'm trying to follow your human logic here. It's very strange.
It's strange to want to get this child to safety?
No. You're saying, the semantics aside, you're saying he's going to recover from our wounds as if we either wounded him or he's recovering our wounds. It's been strange. Let's go with your plan. Waldo, do you mind hiding for a little bit longer until we take care of the big kobold in the other room?
That is not my plan.
I pick Waldo up and I start walking back towards the hole. I need to get him home.
I'm following Olaj.
So you guys leave.
I'm standing as far back as I can, and I'm covering their backs, but I'll go with them.
So you guys all leave with Waldo in tow, and you traipse back through the clearing. The sheep's leg is gone now, as are the corpses of the wolves. But you find your way back to Aldo's farm. You reunite Waldo and Aldo, and Aldo is ecstatic. He sees his boy, hugs him, and then immediately hits him on the back of the head, as if to say, a little "What were you thinking, you moron? I'm so glad you're home." And he turns to you now. He turns to Cassie and he says, "And did you figure out what it was?"
Well, yes. It appears to be a giant kobold and his smaller kobold minions. We intend to head back early tomorrow and deal with them, drive them off.
That's
if that would be acceptable to you.
We just thought we'd get your boy back to your house.
I am eternally grateful that you got my son back to me. I just, I don't want to lose any more animals either. It's kind of my livelihood.
We shall sleep in the stables.
I guess I'll allow that.
Feels passive aggressive to me. Thanks for saving my son. I kind of don't want to lose any more animals.
Honestly, I'm ready to go back. I'll go take him out myself.
Well,
holy shit, Yaffa.
You know what? If we want to go ahead and take care of this threat now before they have time to to strengthen their defenses, I'm amenable to that.
I'm already walking off toward there again.
Oh, Jesus.
So you guys are not resting.
I think we should take a shot. I think we should rest. I'm down 1 spell slot.
Was to get our money back, was that just to go find his son, or did we also have to deal with what was in there?
You essentially have to do all of what
Okay.
he asked you to do.
Okay.
And I really, really need that ring back.
I mean, you could try going to talk to the guard and seeing if he'll...
No, I'm literally walking off toward that again. I'm going back.
All right. Well, I guess we've no choice but to follow him.
Can I ask what time of day it is at this point?
So when you guys woke up in the morning, it was around 8 a.m. You traveled with Aldo. That was about an hour or so. You traveled a couple of hours into the woods. So we'll say you fought the wolves probably around 11 or noon. And then it was a few hours more travel till you found the hole, which was probably about 3 in the afternoon. And then with all of the searching and kerfuffle you've done in there, and then making it back into town, now it's probably 9 or 10 p.m. It's pretty late.
I am tired. We've all suffered wounds. I think it would make sense to rest the night. I seriously doubt that whatever's in that hole is not going to be there the next day. Or, again, we know what it is. I don't know why I keep talking about it.
I'm going to stay out with the livestock. I'm not going to be in the stables. I'll be out in the field, and I'll be keeping watch.
Oh, I guess I meant we'll sleep where the animals are. But
Sure.
Yeah.
I want to be where the animals are.
Fine. We rest. I'll take first watch.
So you guys, you all rest. You gain your hit die back. You gain your hit points back. Those of you who have expended spell slots get them back as well.
I was on the brink, guys. I was worried.
Do you put anything in Eowyn's hair tonight?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. There are some great heather branches. I'm going to weave him a wee basket that hangs down and has marigolds in it.
Is this
Okay.
your way of flirting? Because it's weird.
Dwarves and elves, we don't do that.
I'm
Cool.
in a trance and I'm vocalizing and it's probably scaring the animals. And I'm sitting cross-legged facing a bale of hay.
Did you say you're taking first watch?
I'm taking first watch.
Okay. I'll happily take second.
Well, she's going to wake up
I
in
only
4
need
hours.
4 hours
and
I can
you
take
have
the
dark
rest
vision,
of it.
so
yeah.
And she can see in the dark.
That's what I...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have dark vision, if that...
I think, yeah. All right, second watch is in.
Thank you for listening. You can follow us on Twitter and Facebook at IWVTcast. And you can check out the other great podcasts from Puma Knife at teampumaknife.com. If you liked what you heard, please write us a review on iTunes or wherever you heard us. It would mean a lot. Also, tell people you know by whatever means available. Hell, photocopy a review and tie it to a bird. I'm not going to tell you how to live your life. Our theme music is Overworld by Kevin MacLeod. You can check out all of his work at incompetech.com. Tune in next time as our intrepid party probably fights a big kobold or whatever. We'll see you on the next episode of Improvised Weapons. This has been a Puma Knife production.